Right, all right. Hey, hey, AC. So great to see you, babe. All right, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys, I do not know what is going on right now. Everything, sorry, he's echoey here because I'm not unpacked yet. Aries, oh my goodness. You guys, the internet just went wonky, or I don't actually think it's the internet. I think that YouTube just froze for a split second. And then it's like Aries reacted, you did great, baby. Anyway, so good to see everybody. Sorry for that weird bumpy beginning. I felt like I was not going to do any videos at all tonight, just because of the way the day flowed, which turned out to be great, but just very, very intense. And I was like, okay, I'm out of time for tonight. Then I was like, no, I really, now that I've set up my little space, at least to a certain extent where it's comfortable, I really wanted to. But I was literally picturing like pulling cards. And I was like, no, let's do a specific message for a message like that's right now. So I don't know if somebody's literally sitting down, like getting a tarot card reading, or if there's something where somebody is immediately like looking for an answer, but we shall see. So we're starting out this specific message with somebody who is literally like looking for something, looking for an answer to something. Obviously, tarot to me is just purely for fun, for entertainment, not for life decisions. But remember, these are fictional stories. So right now we've got a character looking for whatever the message may be. We have the curiosity of water as our first card out. We've got, somebody playing at the beach and, burying themselves in the sand, but not so much that they can't still see what's going on around them. This almost feels like somebody is looking for a chance to be more like playful, more luxurious. This could also be somebody who's, I don't know, if you're building castles in the sand, you don't really expect things to last necessarily. Hi, everyone. Great to see you all. It doesn't mean that anything that's on sand, we all know the tides come in, the tides come out, they bring different things to the shore, they kind of like refresh and replenish. So I kind of feel like this could be somebody who doesn't really have exactly long-term ideas, but we have generosity of water and generosity of earth. So somebody would like to, I feel like, get a taste of a queen. They would like to know if this Queen of Pentacles, this Queen of Cups, like what would that be like to be with somebody like her? My impression right now is that if somebody is, and we're going to say that it may be a masculine who is intrigued, he may be a little bit younger than her or just a younger soul. When we say younger, I'm delicately saying somebody who might be a little bit less mature, but it seems like they have developed quite an interest in this feminine. They see her as two versions of a queen. They see her as somebody who's quite impressive. And it looks like they wonder what it would be like to either like be loved by her or to at least temporarily be in her world. Almost like they're saying, I doubt that it would be a long-term relationship, but I'd like to know what that would be like to be, interfacing with a queen like this. We have the Hermit. They haven't said this to her, but this is the question that they're pondering. I could see, look, we may have a masculine who maybe he doesn't exactly look for tarot cards necessarily, but let's say in his very deep philosophical mind, because we got the philosopher's beard going on over here with our Hermit, maybe he plays things out in his mind. So, here's how I look at a lot of tarot cards that the storylines that I tell. I look at it as if a character did X, Y, or Z, what might be the outcome? So that then maybe our character could choose to do, whatever, LMNOP instead of X, Y, or Z. It's all about what we could do different to change our outcomes. That's how I look at my storytellings. So let's say he doesn't have to use cards to do it though. Let's say he maps it out in his mind and he plays it out. I wonder what would happen if I did this and that and that. I'm thinking about this. We don't see action, but we see a masculine. Oh, Dwayne, you angel, unique to freak, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. You're so kind, Dwayne. Unique to freak. Can I do a little thank you for you on Monday, Dwayne? I'll do a little card pull for you in the members corner, babe. You're so generous always. I feel like this, we're going to say masculine, but bear in mind it could be a feminine, could be same-sex couple, right? Either way, he's just wondering what it would be like. We got a 10 of Wands upright. Okay, so this is kind of a, even if he's not necessarily going to pursue a relationship with her, something about meeting somebody, like maybe she's particularly kind to him. Maybe she treats him well. You know, sometimes just treating another human being with courtesy, with, you know, like actually saying, oh, I see you, I see your value, I see what you bring to the table. That can make all the difference. It can make us feel like, oh, wow, that person that I respect and admire, she's 2 doses of queen, is treating me with respect. And it's making me lay down like my own fears, my own worries. It almost feels as if he's realizing that she didn't just cross his path to be somebody that flits through his world, but rather this is somebody that has impacted him. And he's contemplating, what does that mean? Does it mean that, I mean, he can't deny he's interested, right? Oh, there's some song that tried to come into my mind. Oh, but baby, I do. It's a country song. Don't think about it. But baby, I do. I can't think. I think I'm blending 2 songs right now. We have Empress. We have 7 of Pentacles. Hang on. So these cards are really thick, and that one felt a little too thick, but I guess it is just one. This feels like if he's noticing or contemplating and thinking, and I feel like he's thinking about it right now, like tonight, right? This storyline is for like right now. And sure enough, it's late where I'm at, but I just happen to be in a Pacific time zone. So of course it's late, but this is, maybe it's dark wherever he's at as well. I'm going to go ahead and say it would have to be for this specific storyline to like fit together. So he's tonight thinking a lot about her. He's recognizing or contemplating like, she is somebody I really respect. She's not even just a queen. She's an empress. There's something about her. I don't know if he's piecing this together tonight as he's thinking about her and saying like, why do I feel better having met her? What is it about her? I've been, she stayed on my mind. I thought I just respected her. I thought she was pretty nice, but I'm realizing that's an empress. That's somebody with sophistication. That's somebody that you don't meet emperors and empresses all the time. Emperors and empresses build themselves into who they're going to become. And we could say, well, that's the, progress that we're all working on all the time. But with that 7 of Pentacles, I kind of think he's realizing exactly that. He's developing himself as well. And I almost think she's been giving him the same level of like respectful, like she speaks to him as if he is at that level as well. That sometimes makes us feel like, wait a second, this person sees me as somebody. I really am somebody in their eyes. That makes me feel like then they must know what they're looking at, right? Because they're an empress and they're looking my way. First, I thought they were just kind of polite. I thought they were kind of sweet. I thought they were, dignified, but they're more than that. And they speak to me like I'm more than that as well. That feels amazing. That feels like this character is starting to recognize, like, I think this is why I feel more confident, why I feel better about myself, this is, I think, one of those great storylines where it's like, if we could actually walk around and tell people how highly we think of them. Think of how many compliments we never give. Think of how many times we're kind of surprised at somebody's skills and we don't necessarily say it to them. I mean, probably like millions of times in our head. Like I'll just use this as an example because I've never forgotten this and I always felt bad that I didn't say something. But I was in San Francisco and I was riding on the trolley, and the trolley operator. Like, I was so impressed because I mean, like, it just seems super intense. You know, San Francisco traffic is nuts, and he was so impressive. And I just remember going like, oh my God. And I had never been to like a bigger city before at that time. I was, you know, like maybe 17 or something. And it was just so impressive to see, first off, all the traffic, and then also somebody that was just like so professional, like doing their job. And it looked really physically demanding too, but he was like so focused. And I just was so very impressed. And those are the things, like, imagine if we walked around and we actually told people, like, instead of only having like, you know, movie stars and famous people that we go, oh, that person's so amazing. And we, what if we gave like people in our community fan mail, like people one on one that we see backing up a car really great. It's like, oh my God, like, you're amazing. You know, it feels like if we treated each other and said more positive things that we're actually thinking, it might really lift everybody up and make everybody feel like, oh my God, I do have skills. I am really good at backing up. Sorry, by the way, I am not good at backing up, which is why I'm also thinking about that, because I was a nightmare. I had to drive the big truck as I was moving, and like, it was a monster. It was one of those big, huge box truck cab overs, and it was really big, and I did it, but I didn't do it well. I didn't hit anything though. But it was intimidating. And I'm like, oh my God, people who can drive these are so amazing. People who can back things up. Like, I had to get out and go look behind me to make sure I could back up at one point. Yeah, it was a new experience. But that's why I, like, anytime I see anybody backing up good now, I'm totally going to be like clapping for them. This feels like, with the Knight of Swords, I almost think that he's accelerated his energy, his understanding of why he's noticed her, what impact she's having in his world. This all feels like, yes, we could have attraction growing, but more than that, he's feeling good about himself because of the way he's being respected. And I think that that is huge, 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 to be able to be respected. And then you start to build like a certain amount of comfort zone and confidence. Thank you, Dwayne. Awesome, hun. I will see you on Monday. Um, but I think this is hastening his own like personal growth, and he's realizing that. We have got the Eight of Pentacles. It is sideways here. This could even change a little bit of the course of what he's been working on. And I only say that because that card is sideways. Sometimes the things that we think are important, the areas of our life that we're like, oh, I'm still not good enough, I have to develop this, develop that. But then when we meet somebody who calls out the things that they already are impressed by, sometimes we go, you know what, I am good at this. Like, I'll just say this because it's in my head and I don't really know why, but by the way, Wheel of Fortune is here. You know, sometimes in life we're at a precipice and it's like, okay, am I going to, like, I'm picturing somebody who is on the verge of like, should I go and get trained for some new career, or should I keep doing the thing that I do and go, you know, deeper down that road? And when you meet somebody that like gives you like a lot of good accolades for the skill set that you already have, sometimes that's where you step back and you go, why was I thinking that somehow the career I'm already in isn't good enough? I'm respected in the career that I do. I actually like what I do, but I was worried it wasn't enough. So I thought I had to leave it and go get trained at something else because, you know, I got to make something of myself. But what if I already am something? I mean, this Empress thinks I already am something. They think what I'm doing is amazing, and I actually like what I'm doing. So why can't I love what I'm doing and go deeper down the road of what I've already chosen? You know, it almost feels like that's the kind of reassurance that he's maybe experiencing, and it's just making him think, so where do I want to put all my energy? Maybe I should keep doing the things that I already enjoy doing. I'm getting good responses. I'm getting accolades. It's being pointed out to me that what I'm doing is impressive to another person. She's treating me well. She's treating me like I am somebody. I just think that it's a more subtle story than the way I'm describing it. I'm a little clumsy with this story, I feel, but I think what it really boils down to is when when we feel like somebody sees what we already are and they think that we're good enough and they respect us, it's amazing how then we start to respect ourselves right where we are, and then everything improves. When we look in the mirror, we like who we are more. It makes us feel more empowered. It makes us feel a little bit more bold. It makes us feel a little bit more like, you know what? I'm living my life, like, and this is where I'm supposed to be. And it's okay that I like where I'm at, and I don't have to constantly walk around and feel like, oh, I'm crap. I don't have enough money. I'm not a millionaire yet. I must not be doing well enough. It's I think it's giving somebody more personal satisfaction and a more authentic look at the fact that they are really awesome. We have a Six of Swords, totally moving into calmer waters. We keep seeing this repetitious message, right? We see him like leaving some kind of like self doubts behind. We see him, with that Ten of Wands and now the Six of Swords. We see him getting more comfortable in his own skin. We see him choosing to work on aspects of things in his life that maybe it's like, this is the right time. I'm already I'm already on my path. And this just confirmed it. So meeting her, it wasn't just happenstance, possibly. Maybe this is somebody he was supposed to meet. I don't yet know, who is she to him. Is she just somebody that makes him feel seen? Or is this potentially still a romance? I can see why it wouldn't be a romance yet, because this is all still just evolving. It almost feels like maybe this is the first time he's met somebody who treated him like he was somebody, which is very sad if that's the first time this has happened. Um, Judgment card. Judgment card can be like reawakening, it can be reconciling, it can be chances to have do-overs in life. But in one lifetime, we can reinvent ourselves as many times as we want. We have lots and lots of years to do it, right? We humans, we have a good long lifespan, a lot longer than a lot of creatures, right? I mean, unless you're like a sturgeon or something, or a sea turtle, but we have a good long lifespan. So we have plenty of time to reinvent ourselves. We have plenty of time to like call up confidence again and restore things and let go of burdensome things. And I would say that's what this looks like to me. It's happening. This is his story. And this storyline for like what's happening in him right now, tonight, are some pretty profound breakthroughs, because he's in a pretty profound mood. I literally, so I barely drink, by the way. I don't drink much at all. I don't really want to drink my calories. I don't really care for alcohol that much. A little bit of like top shelf fancy drink or something once in a while is nice, but I hate the flavor of alcohol. So that's why I'm like, it has to be expensive and it has to be something that doesn't taste like alcohol. So it's weird because I'm like tasting whatever he's drinking in this. It's so weird. And it's not, I know it's like probably a whiskey or something like smooth, but I don't like it. But that just like popped into my head just now. So I don't know if he's sitting here having a little sip of something that's like, I'm picturing it like warming, how like something like that really warms the throat as it goes down. Sorry, I know it's not like unpleasant exactly, other than I would preface it just to say I'm not much of a drinker. So I just think it's more like, when somebody sits and they're not drinking like for the buzz, and they're not drinking to get drunk, and it's just like a sip or two as you're like, swirling it and ruminating and thinking about things. Like that's how this comes across. Like this masculine is sitting there and he's not trying to get, drunky monkey or get out of his own world, or, get a buzz going. It's more like the slow, like again, the philosophical, you know, sitting all night and sipping on, weak wine, by the Mediterranean Sea kind of thing. It's more to think. It's to slow down. It's to be in one space with yourself and just kind of like chew through, what does this mean to me? It's kind of a cool story because we definitely have somebody in like their own space right now. Justice card. We've had three major arcana in a row on this storyline, right? We see that he's realizing he's in the right time and place. We see that he's kind of reinventing himself even in this moment. And we also see him getting peace right now. I feel like by tomorrow, if he started out kind of as a page's energy, Turns out he was never a page anyway. I mean, we're all a page in some capacity, right? Because pages are like, they're the babies, the ones that are just, like figuring some stuff out, starting to like reach out, starting to the first little step toward curiosity. But we actually see that he's a full blown old soul who's very deep. He doesn't really miss anything, and he internalizes and thinks through what is something mean to him. And we see this is like a massive timeline shift for him. And for him, it might not be a shift as much as it is, because I'm picturing like something where um, like if you've ever felt, maybe this is why I thought of the trolley driver. If you've ever felt a train or a trolley shift tracks, you can feel like the clunk clunk, and then you feel like when it grabs onto the tracks. I almost feel like he's more beautifully grabbing onto the tracks of his life, and he's more confident about the path he's taking now. But it is greatly because of her. It's greatly because of either a conversation he had with her, the way she's made him feel, the way he's kind of broken this down and realizing this person's important to me because they made me feel important. And actually, it gives me the confidence to live my life exactly the way I need to. And it kind of feels with this Four of Pentacles, I don't think he needs to walk around and stress stuff and announce it to anybody. But I almost think that this is someone who has a lot more, he's got a lot more knowledge, a lot more intellect, a lot more like decisiveness to him than when he's ever showed to somebody. And we see like he did need to meet her. She like gifted him some kind of extra confidence, even though this is just something that he keeps to himself for the moment. We've got the Ace of Cups and it is sideways. I feel like this is a story that could have a love story a little bit later on. I don't think it's for right now because instead, this is a lot to take in, right? Recognizing that we've met somebody who has impacted us in such a positive way, who's made us feel like we can do more, be more, already are more, and got us like to feel like somehow we're shedding old fears, insecurities, inadequacies. That's huge. Sitting in that energy for just a bit is terrific. The falling in love bit, even though I would wager to bet there might be love already between these two, but now is not maybe the time to leap into that part of the story. Right now, this is just like somebody who feels like their life is something that they can be proud of. And partly that's because she pointed that out to them. Like, you should be proud of you. Look at what you already are. Look at who you already are. I just think that's beautiful. Do we have any last message? Anything specifically for her? I love the fact that that's the energy going on right now for this particular masculine tonight. But what's going on for her right now? We've got a Five of Wands in the reverse. She's at peace. She's not like ruminating on things. She's not arguing or fighting in her mind. There's no gladiator games going on in her head. Aries is going to have a devil of a time. He's trying to fluff now a really, really, really big rug. I used to have like I don't know, an 8x10, but the one that he's currently trying to to work on is like I think it's a 10x20. He's not going to be able to do that rug, but he doesn't know it yet. Sorry if you hear him really going to town back there. It's okay. He just sighed. He's done. He knows he can't move that huge rug. This feels like our feminine right now is just very, again, very present, very peaceful. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. It's interesting though, because either she herself maybe doesn't know that she gives other people confidence. She herself may not feel particularly confident, and yet she also isn't like hooked up on it, if that makes sense. I could understand how that would be an Empress as well. You know, Emperors and Empresses are probably the first to say, are you kidding me? There's so much I don't know about this world. I just have to figure it out as I come to the next thing I don't know anything about. You know, it's the quest for knowledge. It's the dealing with all the stuff that you've never dealt with before. And every day, Emperors and Empresses aren't really afraid of not knowing the right answer. They look at it as like, okay, well, this is new. I guess I'm going to have to find an answer to this. They don't swagger around. They're not characters from movies that, you know, are the heroes who always get it right and win every day. Instead, they're the ones who are like, look, I have no idea how this is going to go. I only have different life experiences that I can apply, which might be I know how to look up information to try to get the right answer to figure out how to handle this, you know. And I just kind of feel like she's, because this says she's both comfortable, restful, and at the same time still is like, I got no idea. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all my stability, but I'm not stressed about it. I'm not gnashing my teeth. I'm not staying up all night trying to figure out what tomorrow will be. To a certain extent, you have to wait till tomorrow and work through tomorrow. And I just kind of feel like she's in an interesting space. Maybe that's why she comes across as such an empress, because it's like you just do the best you can in any given moment and trust that you won't always get it right, but you'll learn something out of it anyway. That seems to be her attitude. I can see how that would give this masculine like confidence to be like, okay, so wait a second. I admire you, but you're living your own life. Like, you don't know all the right answers. You're just going day by day. You're doing the best you can, and you're not ashamed of that. So wait a second. Is that the best we humans can do? Well, maybe. And is that not good enough? You know, it's a nice energy of like, I think these characters have a lot of acceptance, or he certainly is shifting into it. I think she's already there. Interesting to look at what another alternative on what an emperor empress energy really is. It's not that they always get it right, it's that they keep looking for the right answer or doing their best. All right, I'm going to leave that one there. There was more to kind of like chew on, I suppose. You guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Miller. You're so cute. Thank you. Okay, I just noticed if I chuckle, I shake shake the room. Boom, boom, shake, shake the room. So I'm gonna have to stabilize this before we do all those zodiacs tomorrow. Um, AC, thanks so much, babe. RS, love you too, honey. Thank you for being here. I missed you guys. Hi, Druck. Thank you for being here. Sweet dreams, Bobby Harris. Sorry, I gotta quit chuckling. I shake it too much. Amongst the stars, that's what I've said that so many times, you know, like I probably tell Aries 50 times a day. I mean, especially during this move, I've reassured him a lot that he was doing a good job. You know, he's such a good boy. He's such a good helper. Aries, I discovered, is petrified of the big moving truck. And you know, those box trucks, you know, you sit really high and they have a huge windshield. And Aries, I almost got vertigo, honestly. I have terrible vertigo, and I like sitting up high, but you know, the steering wheel is like this big. But you're looking like, because it has no nose, so you look right down at the pavement. And as you're driving, like I had to like make sure I just kept my eyes like on the horizon, because otherwise it's like you see the pavement moving under your eyes in the periphery. And Aries hated it. He stood the whole time, the whole drive, and it was a long drive, with his face pressed into either my shoulder or into the back of the seat. And he was just panting. He was so unhappy. He did not like it. It was really uncomfortable for him. And I didn't actually know at first what was bothering him. I was like, okay, it's cool. You shouldn't be panting, you know, but I could tell he just did not enjoy this at all. And I think it was the vision. He didn't want to see, you know, it looked like the ground was moving under him. He did not like it. My doggy is an earth creature. He does not want to have the sensation of flying, I think. But he did great, and he was still willing to hop back up in the truck. So good, strong little dog. Shell Hamilton, great to see you, babe. Bobby Harris, congratulations. Oh, that is so awesome. Well done. Well done. Brooke E. I don't know. I think that it froze just a little bit at the beginning, but I think it might have been a YouTube reboot thing going on. But I think it's been good all the way through. So maybe everybody's having a little bit of a freeze moment here and there. Poet reacts, I hear you. Yeah, a hot toddy. Yes, I hear you. Oh, RT, are you having some of your teeth taken care of, hun? I'm sorry. I'm still backtracking. Dwayne, happy almost birthday. That'll be so perfect. So perfect. I'll see you on Monday, babe. Dragon Fortnite, nice to see you. Okay, AC, yeah, I'm going backwards in the chat now, and I see. So you've been busy, plus now you have to get oral surgery. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I hope it goes really, really smooth. Violet, so nice to see you. The situation. Thank you. That's the nicest comment ever. Thank you. You're so sweet. Bobby, that's so kind. RT, thanks for being here, love. Wisteria, I so love your name. Luminous Marina, good to see you. Hi, Kins. Hetty, so great to hang with you again tonight. And Jem, awesome to see you. Slave Princess, hey, babe. Linda J, so nice to see you again this evening. Anisha Chatu, good morning, babe. Amita, thank you for being so kind. Annette, hi, honey. Shriza Ali, hi. Q Miller, you're so kind. Thank you. April Fresh, hi. Hi, Nope. Brave Pink Hero. Vintage Visionary, Alana Williams, wonderful to see you. Hi, Tammy. Anna Wolf, Inner Knowing. Thanks again, Escar. AC, thank you, babe. I'll be thinking of you. Let us know what day you're having your surgery so we can send you good vibes. GOSC 10P, thanks again, babe. All right, you guys. I'm going to sign out for tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Gigi, hi. Hi, Dolly. Good morning. Hello, smile, please. Hello, Irene. All right, guys. Sweet dreams. Bye, guys.